Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Crystal, and today I am going to review the Sassy Colors Super Smooth Mineral Two-Way Foundation. And it says here it has vitamin A, C, and E, oil control, mattifying, and UV protection. That says a lot. So this is how this foundation looks like. And I decided to try this because I always see this in Watson's or whenever I go to SM department store, and I don't see a lot of people talking about this. Actually, I've never seen anyone review this online. Well, first of all, I haven't researched about this product yet, but sometimes when a product is famous, you always see it when you open your subscription page. But this one, I don't see this ever pop up in my subscription page. So I decided to get this because the very first time I swatched this, I was very impressed with the texture. It's very finely milled. It's very smooth, like it's just so silky. So I said, if this is very finely milled to the touch, I'm sure that it's going to look flawless on my skin. So that is what we're gonna see today. I got the shade Natural. I think they have 4 or 5 shades. This is the lightest. I'm not really sure. I was looking for a shade that is lighter than my skin tone, but this is the one that I found. I got this for 220 pesos. Here you can see the price right there. And I'm gonna show you guys the packaging. This is the powder foundation. It just says here Sassy Colors, so that's the brand. So it's just a simple square packaging, and then when you open it, you have 2 layers. For this one, that's it. You can push this all the way up. And this is the shade. I actually used this for a few times already, and I actually really like this two-way foundation. And it has a puff on the other side. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm not sure if I'm going to apply concealer. I think I'm not gonna apply concealer so you guys can see the effect. But I really like this because it feels super finely milled. Like I've never touched any powder this smooth. I'm going to apply this powder with the sponge that it came with, or a powder brush. So I don't know if you can see, but my skin has some discoloration, but just very minor. I have visible veins on my left and right cheek, but it really annoys me all the time. And then I don't really have dark circles to cover, so that's basically it. I don't know if you can see the shade, but it looks yellowish. Yeah, it looks something like that. Like what you can see on camera, it looks almost exactly the same. So I'm gonna swatch this for you guys. And honestly, I prefer something that is more light, but this is the swatch of it. As you can see, it's really pigmented and it really has coverage. Right away you can see that. But oh my gosh, it's so smooth. Like I just want to swirl my finger in there just because it feels so satisfying. I've never touched anything this smooth. So first I'm going to apply this with a powder brush, and if I need more coverage, I'm gonna go over that with a sponge. So I'm going to apply this first on the left side of my face so you guys can compare. By the way, I have nothing on my face. I didn't apply any moisturizer or serum or anything like that. My skin feels tacky already. Like throughout the day, it just gets naturally oily. So that is my natural moisturizer right now. I didn't apply any moisturizer. So it still has something to adhere to. You can tell the difference right away. This side looks more even and more fresh. Okay, so this is the side with the powder and this is the side without. I love the side more. Definitely gets coverage as compared to this one. This one looks more shiny and it has some discolorations, and you can still see my veins here. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to use the sponge if I'm going to add more coverage. And hopefully you can see it on camera, but okay, so I've already used this a few times. So I'm just going to cover these with the powder. So I'm just going to get some of this. This is actually really pigmented, so you have to be really light-handed, but I'm just going to show you guys how this covers. So as you can see, with just one swipe, it just covers everything. So all you have to do is to just lightly blend it. And you want to concentrate the powder where you want to cover. And I also have redness around my nose, so I'm just going to apply extra there. And it's almost completely covered as compared to this one. Here you can still definitely see the veins. It's very visible, but here it made my skin look even. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'm going to use this as concealer. So I'm just going to get some of this and then cover my dark circles. I just love the finish of this, and it doesn't look cakey. Even if you apply a lot, it's not gonna look cakey. And it definitely controls oil. Like whenever I use this powder, it just really controls my oil. So I'm just going to add more here. Do you see that? That is definitely brightening. And I like that the color doesn't look gray or ashy on my skin because it has yellow undertone. So it really evens out my skin tone, because my skin has yellow undertone. So this is just the perfect shade for me, and I'm glad that it's not too dark. There weren't too many shades available there, so I'm really glad that I got a really good match. Okay, I'm just going to even it out and apply powder to the rest of my face. So for this side, I'm just going to use the sponge, because not everyone brings like a powder brush with them. So I'm just gonna use the sponge for this side, so you can see the effect that it gives if you're just gonna use a sponge. It definitely covers the redness around my nose, which is amazing, and really brightens up my face. I mean, do you see this pigment? That is like a concealer in just a powder form. I'm going to try to highlight my nose using this, and we're gonna see if it's going to highlight my nose and my chin. Oh my gosh, not a lot of powders can do this. It doesn't look cakey. Like, I've applied a couple of layers on my face and it doesn't look cakey everywhere. I don't know why not a lot of people are talking about this powder, because it's really good. I've been using this for a month already and I've been loving it. Whenever I don't want to use a liquid foundation, since it's so hot here in the Philippines, I use this foundation. It's actually a two-way foundation, so you can use this wet or dry. And you can wet your sponge and then apply it with a wet sponge, but I don't do that just because, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to ruin the texture of this amazing powder, so I don't really need to apply this wet. I haven't tried it though, but I think I should very soon. So I'm just applying more on the visible veins, and that just really covers. I would say it's a medium to full coverage. It just depends how many layers you apply. I mean, it's not something that will instantly cover your like veins or like blemishes, but it will definitely cover if you build it up. So like here on my cheeks. Honestly, right now it looks like as if I'm wearing a liquid foundation because of the coverage that it gave. I hate it when at the end of the day I look super oily, but this one just really mattifies my face, and it doesn't give you that sticky feeling that you get from a liquid foundation, because this one doesn't have oil in it and it just feels very matte, and I don't know, I just feel more clean like this. So I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back to share with you guys my final thoughts about this two-way foundation. Okay guys, so I'm back with my full face of makeup. I've never tried applying full face of makeup on top of this foundation. Usually I just wear this for every day, so it's just this and then a lip tint and a little bit of eyeliner, and that's it. I didn't apply any concealer underneath this foundation. It's just this foundation alone. I wore a blush on top of this, and the blush is sitting nicely on top of this foundation as well. Like I said, it looks like as if I'm wearing a liquid foundation. Like, looking at my skin right now, if I don't have any liquid foundation in my collection right now, I'll be happy to wear this every day just because I can definitely go out looking like this. It makes my skin look really fresh and it looks really matte right now. It's a two-way foundation, so it's up to you how you want to use it. You can use this wet or dry. The coverage reminds me so much of my MAC Studio Fix powder foundation that I had before. If they can only come out with more shades, I think that a lot of people will love this foundation because it has really nice coverage. Like, look at this swatch. Okay, so I'm gonna do a close-up of a swatch so you guys can see the coverage. So this is one swipe. As you can see, it was able to cover my finger. So I have veins here and I'm going to show you how much it covers. Wow, just look at that. And it's so smooth. This will be a good setting powder as well. Do you see that coverage? So I would rate this two-way powder foundation definitely 10 out of 10. That says a lot because I've tried so many powder foundations, liquid foundations, and I've tried almost all kinds of makeup products, and for me to give this a 10 out of 10, and for the price, it's only $220. It's super affordable, so that really says a lot. But again, it just depends on your skin type. If you don't have much to cover on your face, you're gonna love this. If you have acne prone skin or if you have acne scars on your face, I think you're still going to love this. If you have liquid foundation on and then use this to add more coverage on your skin, then it's just going to do its job. I just wish they come out with more shades because some of their shades there seems a bit off because some of it looks pink, some of it looks orange. So this is the one that I like the best. Again, this is the shade Natural. So that is it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any video ideas, comment down below, and I definitely read all your comments. So hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys again next time.